What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing an Indian food mukbang, which I am very excited about because it has been a while since I've done Indian food and I have been craving it. So I went ahead and ordered the food already. I'm gonna head over to the restaurant and pick it up and I'll show you guys what we got and we will dive into the food. All right you guys, so we have secured our Indian food bag. I'm so happy because it has been so rainy and cold. Today is actually the first day that we have seen the sun, I think in like 2-3 weeks. It's sunny today, but it's just been really dreary outside, and I feel like Indian food is such good comfort food. I don't know. When I think about Indian food, I'm just like really warm, scrumptious curry and the naan. It's just really good comfort food. Let me tell you guys exactly what I got and then I will show you the food. So we got the chicken tikka masala, which it's been a long time since I've done vegetarian Indian food and South Indian food. So I really want to do those next when I do Indian food again, but I was really craving the tikka masala. So that's why I got it. And then we also got the samosa chaat or samosa chat. I think it's samosa chaat. Feel free to correct me in the comment section. I've actually had that before and I loved it. I haven't had it from this location, so I'm excited to try theirs. And then we got garlic naan, gulab jamun, which I am excited about because I really wanted something sweet, a little Indian dessert. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Ooh, oh my gosh, it looks so delicious. Wow, 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 I cannot wait. There's the rice. This is the samosa chaat. It looks absolutely delicious and they actually give you so much. This was only $7, I think. That is a huge portion for $7. Here's our chicken tikka masala. I don't want to fully tip it over because it will definitely spill. Okay, I had to get a quick thumbnail, so I already have some of the tikka masala on the naan. So let's go ahead and bite into this first. It smells so creamy and delicious. Mmm. Oh yeah. It's just like this amazing burst of flavor in the mouth. Man, that is so good. That is so, so good. So in this video, I actually wanted to give you guys a little story time of how Gabe and I met because I got that question a lot, how we met, and I was just gonna answer it in the Q&A, but I was like, you know what, I should just do a story time on this because oh, hot. The temperature is really hot. I'm gonna let that cool off a little bit. Let's actually work on this samosa chaat because this is amazing. But yeah, I want to tell you guys a little story time of how Gabe and I met. So leading up to the time that we met, we were working for the same company. So Gabe and I both work as recruiters and I used to work for the same company that he still currently works for. I worked there a total of maybe like 2.5 years. And at the time we were actually not working at the same office. So he was working at a different office than I was. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. Okay. Wow. This is better than the first samosa chaat I had. Okay. telling this story while eating Indian food might be a little hard, but it's not like an incredibly long story. Hey guys, so I'm quickly interrupting myself because I totally forgot to mention, for those of you who are new here and are confused on who Gabe is, he is my boyfriend. So I'm sharing the story of how my boyfriend and I first met. And I'm also going to skip a little bit ahead in the story because it took me way too long to say this, but basically Gabe and I worked for 2 different offices, so we didn't really ever see each other, but we ended up taking a company trip all together to Connecticut for a holiday party, and that's when Gabe and I actually met and like really hit it off with each other. So yeah, after that holiday party, we were like, okay, you're cool peoples, I like you. So we end up getting each other's number after that, and we start talking quite a bit. And then going into the new year, so at this point, the Christmas party had passed. Nothing, you know, crazy happened at the Christmas party. That was just like our initial connection. And so after the Christmas party, we were texting, and as the new year was rolling in, maybe mid-January going into February and March, well, yeah, I would say January, February, we really started hanging out with each other and making plans. I actually remember our first date ever was at a Mexican restaurant. So we went to a Mexican restaurant and had dinner, and he came back over to my apartment and we just hung out and stuff. And yeah, I feel like we connected really, really fast. We just had such great chemistry with each other, and we got along on so many different topics because Gabe is really into fashion and I also love fashion, so that's one of the things that we connected on was fashion. Also football. He is really into college football, which I have gotten him more into the NFL because I love the NFL. I love playing fantasy football, and now him, Gabe and I and my friends are all in a fantasy football league together, and so I've gotten him more into the NFL, but he's always been a big college football fan, so we kind of bonded over football, fashion, shoes. I've always loved shoes, but I was never a huge sneakerhead before I met him, and then whenever I met him, I got super into sneakers. So eventually he started kind of like staying with me at my apartment, and we were just, you know, we were basically dating, but we weren't official. Finally, I was like, I actually asked him, I was like, are you gonna ask me out or what? Are you gonna ask me to be your girlfriend, or what are we doing here? And so he was like, oh, yeah, I mean, I'd love for you to be my girlfriend. You want to be my girlfriend? And then he asked me, and then, yeah, the rest is history. So kind of funny story, after we started dating, he eventually got moved to my office at work. So he was no longer working in the other office. He was now working in my office. So we ended up working in the same office together. That was a bit of a disaster because when you work with your significant other, it's very difficult because you literally see them all day long, and then you come home and see them again. And I actually left that job because we had such a toxic work environment. It was so bad because while Gabe was the only guy recruiter, our head boss was also a male. So it was like our head boss and Gabe was like a male recruiter. And then eventually we actually got a sales guy who came to the office some. So like it got a little bit more diverse towards the end, but for a while it was just so much women working together, and like I I love girls. I love working with other women. It's great, but we were on commission, and commission is just so competitive, and it just caused so many issues being on commission. Because, let me finish my bite. Because commission is so numbers focused, it just creates a really competitive energy between each other, and I don't know, it was just weird. And even now Gabe is like, yeah, the work environment is still pretty toxic. And so this garlic naan dipped in the tikka masala, I know that's like mostly what I'm eating, but it's just so good. I love their naan. It is just so amazing. No matter how good the money may be, if the work environment is terrible, it's a no, sis. Don't work there. But yeah, I was very happy us not working together anymore, because it was nice seeing him at work, you know. I mean, when you're seeing your significant other from morning to night, I'm not going to say it's like, it's not awful. I mean, there is a pro to it, but it's just hard working with your partner. And plus that work environment was so stressful, so sometimes, you know, obviously we had to work together too. Also, I do just want to clarify, the company did not care if you had relationships with your coworkers as long as you weren't reporting to one another. So I'm sure some people will be like, oh, you were allowed to date your coworker? I mean, their policy, the company policy was fine with it. It's just like, let's just say I was reporting to Gabe or Gabe was reporting to me, then we couldn't have had a relationship. But because we were just coworkers and we weren't reporting to each other, it was fine. Kind of a weird policy. I don't know. Gabe and I are not, we don't do PDA. We don't, like, no one would have known we were dating, you know? Like, unless you knew we were dating, you wouldn't have known. And we were all really close in the office, so it wasn't weird or anything. It was just, I mean, it still is a lot to navigate dating someone that you're working with, and I definitely would not ever do that again. So yeah, I don't know why I have such a history of dating my coworkers, but like, it's so hard to meet people. Sometimes the only people you meet is at work, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people meeting through work is really common, honestly. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to vacuum out this car again, because these mukbangs dirty up your car so fast. Well, that's pretty much the story, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I really struggled trying to tell that story while eating this Indian food, so hopefully that all made sense. I feel like I'm probably gonna watch this footage back and feel like I forgot something, because I don't know. Sometimes it's hard telling stories because, or even just opening up and sharing and like being vulnerable and personal in your videos. A lot of people are just very judgmental. And I don't know, obviously if you're opening up about something personal, you are opening that door for judgment. You kind of just have to deal with it. But when people are actually judgmental, you know, sometimes it does kind of hurt your feelings. So hopefully that story made sense. And yeah. Man. Oh yeah. holding this as a security blanket right here makes it so much easier. I do wish I would have got my chicken tikka masala just a little bit spicier because it's very much not spicy. And I feel like this would have been delicious with a good little spiciness to it. So I think I'm gonna get my nails done today because I worked very late yesterday evening for work. And today's Friday, so I think I'm gonna take off a little bit early today since I worked late yesterday and go get my nails done. I have not had my nails done in probably over a year. My nails are so long. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've really grown them out. Usually I would have cut them by now. And I was also doing my nails myself there for a while. I really liked the little press-ons, which I still have a ton of fake nails and I have a ton of the press-ons. I just haven't, I don't know, I just fell off the wagon of doing them. So it's been a while since I've done my own nails. But I think I'm just gonna go get them done and get maybe a dip powder on them and get them shaped up. I kind of want to do like a almond shape, or I would love to do a coffin nail, but I don't think they're long enough. I think I'm gonna have to do more of an almond shape, or I might just get them rounded out. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that today because I just am like, dang, I have not had my nails done in so long. My nails have just been looking terrible. I mean, I try to keep them at least cleaned up, but I feel like people watch my videos and they see my nails and they're just like, girl, those nails are busted. I'm sure people don't actually think that, but they kind of are busted. Alright you guys, well I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing the story about how Gabe and I met and seeing me eat some Indian food. I know the story is not the most romantic, but hey, that's life, you know? You meet people in all sorts of ways, whether it's work or school or through a mutual friend, whatever the case may be, but that's our story. So I love you guys so much. Please drop a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what Indian foods you want to see me try. If I do another Indian food mukbang, I definitely want to do maybe some vegetarian dishes or some South Indian food dishes. I definitely want to do the momos as well. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.